Hymn to Water.
Sing praise to the armies of water. Sing praise to the dolphins, to the bright constellation of moonlight fractured on spindrift. Sing praise to the hallowed current of blood. We were born of the water of the Godhead, glancing on the face of the oceans like moonlight. The youngest of elements, water, the blood of the gods. Its first home, the harbors of Ergoth and Balfour. The splendid and featureless ice and marble of doomed and imperialist star. Water our source and water our mother, the warm and yet spell of the tide. The perpetual rain, or seeming perpetual, as river and rivulet fade in the fire, disappear in the stations of earth. Praise to the element, fluid and human, to its sudden risings, cascadings, and vanishings. Praise above all to the water's resurgence, to the prospect of rain. In a desert country, the faint and coppery hint of a river in the cavern's depth. In this height of the mountains, this rumor of springs. Oh, as the star falls and Ergoth surrenders, Palanthus and Balfour crumble and rise in our hands. Praise to the water, exact and eternal, the passion of cloud and miraged horizons, for the brief supple downpour of dolphin on dolphin, the journey of humankind over the promise of seas.
Hymn to Fire.
The constellations are a wheel of fire, fire on fire interlinking. In all great machineries of heaven, the sun a revolving moons, and looking up into the work of hands, into the God's contraption, where night descends like clockwork, like the play, and tumult twice his presence and intricate philosophy, a nature wrapped by numbers. Oh, do not tell us the gods' first faces, here simple and profound. It is a fiction of the human year, a winter maintaining that we strip away all glitter, all device, the intricate bells and whistles, and underneath them all there lie the gods. Divinity is intricate. The blue corona on the lip of flame, the jeweler's gear enmeshed with instruments of joy, with steam and powder. Love is an intricate engine, moving and unmoved it scatters fire over mandala and zodiac. It scatters fire into fallow light, each whistle and each bell, each clang and each clatter, the heart's theology. So let the hymn, like well-considered incense, rise on a draught of air. Let blueprint of the mechanism fade, and torque and velocity dwindle. We are the ones who fashion these, our hands lined immortal in days. Let hymns ignite upon the edge of stars, let them wheel and intertwine, creating elaborate music in the sky. High above, never mind, and our devices, and then in fashion daylight, we will voyage past sun and stars into the source of light.
Hymn to Air.
Imminent invisible region of light and wind, defining the arc of the Hoopak stone, with a rifle of head-high grain. It goes where it will, extending horizons, imagining water and earth and fire, contained in its cradling, divine insufflation. The wind makes everything possible. The childhood's element, sea of the barks, of leaf and dust moan. It goes where it will, abides unexpectedly, and a dozen days pass before we remember how it bathes us, sustains us, and halfway forgotten imagines the life of our days. One time by the river when the quietest element moved on the waters, fragmenting reflection and spangling the country with light. And once on a road where an afternoon storm beckoned and threatened the host of the air, I have stood, oh my brothers, and marveled the wind at its passing. For each day is the wake of the wind, the rich expectancy of water and leaf, the engendering flight of sea and Samara, 8 countries of peace depart in a tumult of sails. And the king of the wind is the king of the innocent heart.
Hymn to Earth.
Of rock and earth, of magma and cold shale, build our belief, the hammer of the god, a truth forged in the absence of starlight. And here amid the sediment of years, in darkness covering darkness, where the eye mines for the ore of mystery, the earth lies rich with promise and the fire of days. Thorbodden and Thoradin, half an age has covered you in half a dozen wars. Here in 1,000 seasons, breath transforms to rock, to immaculate crystal. Bone to onks the blood's loud current stilled. In the white stalactite, here all things lie down. In darkness and the vein of Ori calls the lost light of our dreaming days. And this is what we dream, what we remember. In the black husks of carbon we awake, devolving centuries, transforming fire. The blue millennial diamond in our hearts. So insubstantial are the bonds of earth. That stone is breath and pyrite is desire. The light of gemstones is a rain of stars. And what is gracious, what is misconstrued as an old illusion in the hooded night, is the true vein that binds the bone to breathing, binds stone to the god's air. And in the vein the gold glimpse like a prophecy of light.
Hymn to Memory.
If we forget you, silver nose, the fragmented vault of birch and valen wood, which is always diminishing. If we forget the sorceress Tau, the black harp of the river. If we forget you, let memory lose its imagined meaning in a net of leaves. Let star and centipede cool uninhibited, and 1,000 years unpeople the country of sleep. Earth and water, fire and air are the seeds of the world, memory its soil, which we do not forget. In the days of waiting, when the seed in secret takes root and grows, the promise of light, the nurture of air and water, find unison in memory. Silver knows lest we forget, and 1,000 years in the ruin of empires are survived by the air and the earth and the light and water and memory binding together the last breath of empire with the advent of breath. Oh, if we forget you, let mountain and river, let ruin, moon and summer still in our heartbeats. Let the dream of the elves fragment and diminish, and perpetual winter nest in the skeletal tree.